Alright guys, we're going to talk a little bit about defending tie kicks. Okay? The defense for a tie kick is relatively simple. With that being said, it's relatively painful, especially if you blow it. So here's where it goes. What I'm going to try to do is make a shield between my forearm and my shin. So basically I'm going to come here. Bop. If I feel it's low, I go here. Bop. So I block with my shin. Ideally I hit right there with the point of my knee. That's where you see guys break their shins, because they hit, wham, right there is very solid. If we go shin to shin, it's better than getting kicked in the leg, but it definitely hurts both of our shins. So I'm here, boom. With that being said, personally, I always think it's better to get out of the way. So I can get out of the way with two ways, either a shuffle back, okay, or a switch. So notice I switch. If we have this line and I'm standing on it, I switch, boom, so I'm behind the line because it sets me up well to counterattack. Always looking for a counterattack. So if somebody kicks and they miss me and they set their foot there, is a prime opportunity for me to counterattack. If they kick and they do it like they should, they kick, they miss me, and they come around, again, it's a prime opportunity. That's why we come around, boom, already blocked. So when we kick, boom, I come around already with that shield right there. People block two different ways. You can either use, the way I was trained, just my left leg. So if the kick's coming from that side, I block there. If the kick's coming from that side, I block here. So it's here or here. I want it to point a direct line towards their line of force. If he kicks and my foot is too far forward, he kicks with his right leg, it has a tendency to knock me this way, which sets him up well to double up with his kick. If he kicks and my line of force is correct, boom, we're right on line. Another thing to think about, I don't want to just block and sit there. So he kicks, I block, and I follow up. It's a good opportunity for me to catch him off balance. So when I kick, I got to make sure I'm on point, whether I hit or whether it blocks. If you watch a lot of Thai fights, you hardly ever see the guy just block and stand there. He's going to kick, maybe I block and counter with the right cross, maybe I block, counter with the right kick, maybe I block, counter with the left kick. Okay, but I'm always trying to counter, counter, counter. Same thing with him. So once again, right here, boom, I block. Okay, if it's coming from the other side, boom, I block there. Again, he kicks again, boom, think about my counter. Boom, think about my counter. Okay, so all it is here, 1 or 2. That's my shin block. If he's kicking high towards the head, I'm usually going to go here. Bop, I cover, try to get my hand in there, and the arm. So I don't want to necessarily be straight on that line of force here because it's more likely to maybe hurt my shoulder or my arm. So I'm here, boom. I try to move out of that line of power. If I'm going to retreat or get out of the way, he kicks with his right foot, shuffle. There's my opportunity to counter. Or there's a switch, there's my opportunity to counter. If I do nothing, generally he should be targeting this area of my leg. Right there, my ribs, if he's catching me high with my elbows, or my head. If he's got that kind of flexibility, he catches me reaching for his kicks. So I never want to reach for that kick. He's going to kick. It doesn't matter if it's low or high. Boom. If it comes high, boom. Still, same thing. High, boom. Low, boom. The other thing I can think about is that right where I'm at is where his line of power is going to be. So when he kicks, sometimes I'll step to the side, oh, and he loses a lot of his power right there. But generally, I want to get out of the way, or I want to block and counter. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Professor.